The 5 Visa Everywhere Initiative global finalists for 2021 are all looking to win the coveted Visa Everywhere Initiative Grand Prize and be crowned the global finals winner. Each founder has come a long way in their journey to this extraordinary moment. It began when they learned they beat out hundreds of local competitors for one of 5 spots in the regional finals. Then, they defeated those 4 other companies to represent their region on the global final stage. This spring, Visa received over 2,000 fintech and startup applications across 5 continents. Visa leaders in 5 regions rigorously evaluated those applications and chose their top 5 contenders, narrowing the field to just 25 companies. The first competition was for the Central Europe, Middle East, and Africa region, which executed their finals in early June. After a long debate, the judges selected Paisy, based in the country of Georgia. Next, in late June, leaders in Latin America and the Caribbean crowned Mexico-based Fenerio Connect as the winner in a nail-biting victory. On the heels of Latin America and the Caribbean came the third regional competition, North America, whose leaders, customers, and external investors named Colorado-based Move Financial as their winner. Rounding out this elite group, Europe winner Fiscal, headquartered in the UK, and Asia Pacific winner PearlPay, based in the Philippines. Today, startups have collectively raised over $2.5 billion in funding, and the program has been activated on 6 continents, touching more than 100 countries. Let's take a moment to celebrate our 5 regional winners as they join us on this stage and compete for the global trophy and a chance to win a total of $100,000 in prizes. Now, let's get to the show.
Welcome to Visa Everywhere Initiative 2021 Global Edition, an open innovation program that tasks startups and fintechs to solve the payment and commerce challenges of tomorrow. Today's 5 finalists represent the best applicants recruited globally. Each company has already won their regional competition. North America, Latin America and the Caribbean, Asia Pacific, Europe, and Central Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. They will now compete for the global trophy and a chance to win a total of $100,000 in prizes. To select our winners, we have a robust panel of judges representing the startup community and Visa. It's time to kick off this year's grand finale. Here's your host, Nisha Tambe, Startup Battlefield Editor and Head of Community.
Hi everyone, my name is Nisha Tambe, and I'll be your host for the grand finale of the Visa Everywhere Initiative 2021 Global Edition. We're excited to have you tune in today. Our 5 global finalists represent some of the most exciting and groundbreaking work in their region and are among the best up-and-coming fintechs in the world. They're here today to compete for the Global Winners Trophy and up to $100,000 in total prizes, including audience choice. Now, I'd like to introduce our esteemed judges. Mary Kay Bowman, SVP, Global Head of Buyer and Seller Solutions at Visa. Kim Kadlec, SVP, Global Marketing Solutions and Customer Marketing at Visa. Romina Selzer, SVP, Products and Innovation for Visa Latin America and the Caribbean. Otto Williams, SVP, Head of Partnerships, Innovation and Digital Solutions for Central and Eastern Europe, Middle East, and Africa at Visa. Alex Cian, Managing Director and Co-Head, Global Consumer Bank, D10X, Citi. Jorge Zabadua, Head of Banking Products at BBVA, Mexico. Thanks so much to all of you for joining in today. Next, please meet our 5 global finalists. Europe winner, Alina Lapushnanu of Fiscal, based in the UK. Asia Pacific winner, Spark Barreras of PearlPay, based in the Philippines. Latin America and the Caribbean winner, Nick Grassi of Mexico-based Fenerio Connect. Central Europe, the Middle East and Africa winner, Georgi Sutsumia of Paisy, headquartered in Georgia. North America winner, Wade Arnold of Move Financial, based in the United States. A big virtual round of applause for our judges and global finalists. How will today work? Each of our 5 global finalists will have 4 minutes to pitch. We then have 4 minutes of Q&A with our judges. Startups will be judged on solution and pitch presentation, Visa partnership opportunity, desirability and uniqueness, feasibility of product and solution, and added value. Once all startups have pitched, the judges deliberate privately and select third place, who will receive $10,000 in prize money. Second place, who will receive $15,000. And the global overall winner, who will receive $50,000 in prize money. For those of you in the audience today, your votes will decide the audience favorite winner, who will receive $25,000 in prize money. After all 5 startups have pitched, a link and a QR code to the voting page will pop up on the screen, along with instructions. You will have 2 minutes to cast your vote, so stay ready. While the judges are deliberating, we'll hear from Visa's SVP Global Head of FinTech, Terry Angelos. And finally, I want to give a warm welcome to our special guest, Jack Forstell, Executive VP and Chief Product Officer at Visa. Jack will announce the winners later on in the show. Now, let's get to the pitches. And our first startup taking the stage today is our European winner, Alina Lapushnanu of Fiscal. Fiscal is a mobile-first financial management platform for SMEs globally.
I'm Alina Lapushnanu, the CEO of Fiscal, a mobile-first financial solution for small businesses globally. We are a London-based company with a very international founding team, experienced in mobile, software, and also in banking. There are 500 million businesses in the world with less than 10 employees, yet less than 24% use digital financial services. The global economy is built on these businesses, but they are underserved by technology and the financial ecosystem. Today, over 190 million of them can access digital services on mobile. This is why we built Fiscal. We built Fiscal to offer everyone in the world the ability to manage their business from an iPhone or even a $10 Android. We built Fiscal for the business owner and not for the accountant. We made it beautifully intuitive, automated, and affordable. Today, Fiscal is the only mobile accounting platform in the world. Meet Antonia. She's the owner of a small coffee farm in Honduras. To make her business profitable, she wants to sell coffee directly to Binco, a French online supplier. She needs to send an invoice in euros, but she also needs a reliable and affordable payment system, which will release her funds quickly. It's the height of the harvesting season. She's working on a hot hillside and desperately needs to issue some invoices to bridge her cash flow, but she can barely find 5 minutes for a break. With the Fiscal mobile app, Antonia quickly selects products from her catalog, creates an invoice in French and in euros, adds payments, and sends it to Binco, all in less than 2 minutes. Binco in Paris pays the invoice. Then in Honduras, Antonia gets an instant payment notification. The payments data for both Antonia and Binco is then automatically reconciled with banking feeds in the Fiscal global ledger. And this is just one example of how small businesses can automate finances more easily with Fiscal. Fiscal is much more than just a SaaS platform. Leading US and European banks use Fiscal APIs to create a digital business-in-a-box solution for their customers, adding invoicing, payments, and even accounting directly into the banking experience. Fiscal and Visa could partner to drive small business payments, from invoicing, bill payments, to B2B cross-border and e-commerce, while leveraging Visa FX rates and much more. Our customers, Antonia and Binco, would then be able to trade internationally with ease, get paid almost instantly, and pay bills and issue staff payments from a unified business-in-a-box solution. Fiscal aggregates and reconciles all financial data in a global ledger and provides via APIs a 360 view of the customer's finances and risk profile. This real-time data enables financial partners to better serve businesses like Antonia's and Binco. Now, Antonia has access to the same financial services as larger businesses, from payments to cash flow management and lending solutions, enabling her to better compete in the market. Fiscal has over 21,000 customers in 126 countries. To reach small businesses globally, we have joined forces with leading banks, mobile operators, cloud distributors, and payment providers. In the last year, small businesses have had to change the way they interact with their customers, and digital payments have accelerated globally. By combining the Visa direct payment rails with a global billing platform like Fiscal, we can provide a digital and highly automated business-in-a-box solution to help small businesses like Antonia's adapt, recover, and thrive. Over the next 10 years, Fiscal, together with Visa and its partners, could help the next 50 million businesses go digital and get access to finance. Thank you.
Thank you, Alina. Great job. We'll head over to the judges. I know they have a lot of questions. Alexander, why don't we start off with you?
Thanks, Alina. That was a great presentation. Congrats on your progress. I love broad visions, but I'm skeptical of how they evolve. So I'd be interested to know, what is the power use case for Fiscal? Like, what is the thing that kind of begins the journey for the customer that ends up driving them into kind of broader usage of the solution?
So the core use of Fiscal is invoicing. Invoicing drives actually any business. You know, if you're producing something for your customers, you need to invoice and then take payments. So that's core. Beyond payments, which you can process, you know, via invoicing with other payment providers, the next big thing is getting all the data together so you can utilize it for further use cases like lending and submitting it into different directions just to make sure that your business has cash flow and so on. So it starts with invoicing, payments, and it goes into the full financial profile of the customer. I hope that answers your question, Alex.
Excellent. Let's head over to Mary Kay. Mary Kay, questions?
How are you planning on scaling your servicing to meet the needs of your customers?
So it's all about, Mary Kay, it's all about making the product easy. And that's where we spent, for example, we spent over 6 months on refining the invoicing flow. Once you come into Fiscal and you want to do an invoice and you're not savvy about accounting, invoicing, cloud platforms, it doesn't matter. We made it so easy to come into Fiscal, put in your email and a password. You can create an invoice end to end with any tax structure in the world, any language you need. You can attach any payment within the same invoicing flow. You never come out, and you can send the invoice. And it's very, very intuitive. Yeah, very easy. There is no big accounting onboarding, any financial data that you have to upload. You can start the invoice, add a logo, make sure you add your products, attach your preferred payments provider, and we can even onboard you to that quite easily. And then you send the invoice and you receive the money. And that's core when we deploy mobile first. And in Fiscal, you can do everything that you can do on the web or mobile. That's our core. And because of that, we're successful in South Africa, in the Middle East, in Southeast Asia. Anybody who has a mobile phone can do an invoice in less than 2 minutes. First invoice, out of the box.
Great. Let's head over to Kim. Kim, do you have questions for Alina?
Sure. Hi. Thank you for that pitch. The idea of business in a box really resonates. We know that SMB really are the global heartbeat of our global economy. And I'm wondering, you talked a little bit about integrating Visa Direct and the Visa Direct rails with Fiscal's offering. And I'm wondering if you could tell us a little more about how you specifically think that we could work together to serve more SMBs around the world.
We could bring SMEs and Visa in a more direct relationship using Fiscal, because Fiscal provides the engine, invoicing plus payments via Visa Direct, to connect the two parties together. So I think, you know, I don't see why globally we can't do payments, whether local, regional, or international, using Visa Direct global rails. It seems natural.
Let's head over to Otto. Otto, what are your questions?
As you expand to a number of different markets, how are you dealing with data privacy and localization issues across these markets?
So data privacy, we are subject to regulation for data privacy in each market. So we have we assess and we deploy a cloud infrastructure regional for the market we're in. So as we are a cloud provider, we have a pretty good roadmap and a provider that works in all the markets. Secondly, when we localize, the platform is built for international localization to where we can upload a language file to the platform and localize everything. So mobile, web, and so on. And then it takes about 2 months to localize in a language full end to end, because we have to localize the website, the knowledge base, and also the customer support has to be deployed in the respective market. And that follows our deployments with partners. So say we deploy in South Africa, we look at what we need to put in the country to have full localization, including customer support.
Excellent. Well, with that, we will wrap up this session. Thank you so much, judges, and thank you so much, Alina. Welcome to our Asia Pacific winner, Spark Barreras of PearlPay. PearlPay makes financial services universally accessible by helping community banks go digital. Take it away.
Hi, my name is Spark, and I'm a co-founder and CEO at PearlPay. Here's a rural bank. Aggregate them together, and they have more branches and customers than a commercial bank. More than 14,000 in the Philippines and Indonesia, with a combined market reach of more than 170 million people. The problem: almost all of them are trapped using passbook tech. No ATMs, no debit, credit, and prepaid cards, no access to digital banking. The consequence of being trapped in a passbook tech is that community bank customers needs to queue in a line for up to 4 hours just to get financial services. That is why we created PearlPay, digital banking to enable community banks to participate in digital environment, providing financial services and COVID pandemic-like loan disbursement challenges. Digital transformation allows banks to address their infrastructure, serve better, and reach more people. Our digital banking solutions starts at $99 per month. Depends on the size of the rural banks. Replacing their legacy core banking can be as fast as 3 months. Today, we have successfully signed 10 rural banks and microfinance institutions in the Philippines and partnered with 252 rural banks in Indonesia. We recently signed the largest microfinance institution in the Philippines with more than 2,500 branch network and 11 million existing customers. Last month, we launched our payment gateway in the Philippines, connected to 2,500 billers and 50,000 touchpoints. By Q4 this year, a remittance company in Hong Kong will be launching their remittance app using PearlPay technologies to serve better the 200,000 overseas Filipino workers in Hong Kong. By Q1 next year, we have a scheduled pilot launch with a microfinance institution in Kenya. Imagine with what we can do when we combine with Visa Direct Rails. Helping them transition from cash-based payments to digital payments is what financial inclusion is all about. On top of the payments use case, the Philippines ranks number 4 in remittances, more than $35 billion. Through Visa Direct, help these customers of financial institutions to receive money from family members working abroad. With Visa Direct, a farmer like Juan de la Cruz can receive his loan proceeds through mobile bank and gain access to a whole new world of opportunities. According to World Bank, globally, 1.7 billion adults are unbanked. There are 1.7 billion people like Juan de la Cruz. And the cost-effective way to onboard them is by enabling these community banks with the right access to financial technologies so they can serve better, and reach more people like Juan. Thank you.
Thanks, Spark, for that great pitch. Now to the Q&A. Jorge, do you have any questions for Spark?
Sure. Thanks, Nisha. Great company, Spark. I think it's very nice to see people worrying about inclusion. You mentioned in your presentation that you take up to 3 months to integrate with one of these rural banks. Can you talk a little how you make that integration so fast?
Yes, great question, Jorge. Actually, in what's happening on the ground, it depends on the size of the rural banks. Primarily, these community banks, they have 1,000, 1,500 number of depositors, and then less than 5 bank products, savings accounts, and then loan products. Compared it to a commercial bank that could have 50 or even 100 consumer products. So in terms of degree of difficulty to migrate them from an on-premise data centers using legacy infrastructure to migrate it in the cloud, it's actually, I'm not saying it's easy, but degree of difficulty compared to a commercial bank, it's relatively easy in terms of replacing their legacy core banking software.
Romina, do you have any questions?
Sure. Hi, Sparks. Congrats on a great pitch. I was wondering if you can tell us a bit more about the #1 challenge that you have as you scale up your operations.
Yeah, that's a great question. Actually, in our first-hand experience in Indonesia, when we first arrive in Jakarta and then start speaking with the largest federation of rural banks in Indonesia, there's a language barrier. I mean, the CEO of this rural banks federation doesn't know how to speak English, so we need to have a local just to translate.
Thank you, Spark. Now let's go to Otto. Any questions for Spark?
Absolutely, thank you, Spark. Very impressive platform, and I'm especially impressed to see that you've taken it to other markets. Question for you: do you consider yourself a B2B or B2C play? And if B2B, when you go to these banks, are you bringing your platform as a white label solution to them, or does it have to be the ProPay branding for go-to-market?
So to answer your question, the short answer is we're more of a B2B because we provide them with an end-to-end from core banking up to the mobile wallets technology. Now, in terms of the co-branding, yes, actually we allow them to white label our mobile. So because trust, their brands serves as a hallmark of trust for their local community. And here in the Philippines, they recently celebrated 68-year anniversary for the founding of the rural bank. So that's serving more than 3 generations, and we want to capitalize on their local brand. So we allow white label. Thank you, Ata.
Excellent. And with that, thank you so much, judges, and thank you, Spark.
Thank you.
Next, welcome to our Latin America and the Caribbean winner, Nick Grassi of Fenerio Connect. Fenerio Connect provides all-in-one personal finance management and open banking infrastructure in Latin America.
Hi, my name is Nick. I'm the co-founder and co-CEO at Fenerio Connect. Latin American fintech is booming. As many of you probably know, it's growing over 30% year over year, and both fintechs and financial institutions are having to start to differentiate themselves because we're also moving from a pre-open banking world to a post-open banking world where data is being shared between financial institutions and fintechs, and many people are starting to become financially included, whereas previously they were excluded. And our story kicked off a lot of this movement. In 2018, we became the first automated personal finance tool to launch in Mexico with open banking linked into that. We became the 4th most downloaded fintech. We had over 300,000 users, and we're saving our users over $40 million a year by 2020 when we decided to launch our own B2B API solution so that any institution or fintech in the region could take advantage of what we had built. So we're driving Latin America's new data-driven financial API experience. From open finance to being able to connect to any institution in the region to get that financial data, to data processing to clean up, standardize, and categorize that data, all the way over to personal finance experiences, where we then are able to show that data to the end user so that they can take better decisions. So if you're an institution or a fintech, you can start to use any one of our APIs or SDKs to personalize your services and get ahead of the competition. You can create things like embedding finance, loan approvals, robo-advisory, and much more. So for instance, we work with Nubank, the largest neobank in the world, in order to provide an alternative method to apply for credit cards. So let's say you're one of the 75% of Mexicans, for instance, who don't have a credit score or have a poor credit score. You can link in any other institutional data so that they can take that into account for your credit card approval. We'll take things into account like income and expenditure by month, spending by category, and bills paid on time, so that you can use your own financial data for your benefit to further financially include yourself. And after just 1 year, we have over 50 signed clients, including some of the most important institutions in the region, such as the largest 401k holder in the region, the largest personal finance app in the region, and the largest neobank in the region. We have a plus 66 NPS. Our clients love us, and we're growing over 15% month over month. Fenerio Connect and Visa together can really start to create modern and innovative services for issuers. In this respect, Fenerio Connect is already Visa ready, and we can start to take our expertise on open banking, analytics, and PFM and combine it with Visa's expertise on data infrastructure, payments infrastructure, and card functionality to create truly new and truly innovative services for issuers. We can be the one-stop shop for financial APIs. Leveraging the Visa Development Center, we can start to include, for instance, Visa transaction controls on top of our personal finance suite. We can start to take open banking from read-only to read-write by pushing Visa payments across Visa Direct rails. And we can even start to think about launching new APIs, like an open banking Latin American API. Together, we can improve key metrics for issuers, just like we did for Nubank. We can start to reduce fraud, which is a huge issue in developing markets, by having people verify their identifications and linking their accounts. Increase revenue by starting to include further financial inclusion tools and identify cross-selling opportunities, and increase top of wallet preference by putting personal finance tools on top of Visa cards. We're building the brains of financial services in Latin America and in emerging markets. From everything from financial management to embedding finance to payment infrastructure and credit decisioning, we want to build that future together with Visa. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. Let's head over to our expert panel of judges for the Q&A. Romina, how about you? Do you have any questions for Nick?
Hi, Nick. Thank you for your presentation. Great opportunities ahead of you. I was wondering if you can elaborate a bit more on what your product roadmap for the next 6 to 12 months looks like.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Thank you, Romina. I think a lot of what we're trying to build revolves around data. So there's a lot of talk about open banking in the region. It's become very kind of buzzwordy, but there's not a lot of companies or people that really have end-to-end experience with, implementing open banking with end users. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to better that experience for the end users so that we can sell that to the institutions, right? So doing things like credit scoring, income verification. We just launched our income and expense predictor. So we want to continue to build on that data stack, given kind of the millions and millions of data points that we've collected over the years. We think that it's a competitive advantage of ours to be able to dig in there and really start to be able to get out and extract the value and the patterns behind the data. So that's really what we're focusing on for the next 6 to 12 months, in addition to starting to expand into a couple of other countries. So
Jorge, over to you for questions for Nick.
Sure. Thanks, Nira. Congrats, Nick. Very, very interesting solution. I love the open banking space. Tell me a little, what's a differentiator from your company to all these new entrants that are playing on the API open banking front? I've seen many different companies going through that space. How do you differentiate when you go to a bank or a fintech?
Yeah, absolutely. So a few things. So number one, again, we started as a B2C. We've been doing this for 4 years now. It's not something that we started doing yesterday. A lot of the new entrants that are coming in are just sort of running into problems that we ran into years ago and solved then. We have, lots and lots of sub accounts from all different kind of types of institutions that we've mapped out correctly. We have lots of data that we've been able to categorize over the years. We've had users recategorize things. Nobody else has that. So our categorization algorithms are very, very high fidelity as a result. And then secondly, nobody does what we do end to end. So nobody offers an open banking solution, a data advanced analytics solution, and then a experiences solution so that you can build, let's say you're an issuer, you can build a solution using any one of these tools, and you don't have to use them, you can use them either together or completely separately. So if you're an institution that just wants to start cleaning up your own data and utilizing that data as a first step before in preparation of open banking, we can do that. And then later when you're ready, we can link in the open banking component. Or reverse, right? We can start with just open banking, and then if you want to create a personal finance experience solution on top of that, we can then add that on top. So the end-to-end solution is really what gives us a big advantage, especially when it comes to issuers and when it comes to neobanks, which are a huge portion of our clients.
Great. Mary Kay, do you have any questions for Nick?
Yes, Nick, great presentation and great progress. One of the challenges that I've seen companies experience, especially serving some of the banks and traditional players, is balancing the new capabilities with their existing brand and other technology capabilities like their own mobile banking apps. How do you bridge that gap when they have their own investments in technology?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's exactly part of what we try to offer. So given that we have experience in connecting alternatively to internal APIs of banks, we're actually able to launch things like a personal finance manager without having to integrate into a legacy core, which is where a lot of the problems come from current solutions. So having kind of each solution and each step disintermediated, whether you want to launch a PFM, but that doesn't depend on old core banking, we can do that, or you want to launch an open banking solution that depends, again, not on your own core, but on kind of us building on top of the APIs data we already get, we can do that.
Great job, Nick, and thank you so much, judges. Now, welcome to Central Europe, the Middle East, and Africa winner, Georgi Surtsumia of Paisy. Paisy enables internet businesses in former Soviet Union countries to receive online payments.
Hi, my name is Georgi Surtsumia. I'm co-founder of Paisy. We're a one-stop shop for all online payments in former Soviet Union countries. Pretty much Stripe for the region. The market we're operating in is quite fragmented, but at the same time with huge upside. The e-commerce share in total retail sales in 2020 was only 1%, but it is estimated to grow up to 200 billion by 2025. We're already giving our merchants capabilities to safely and securely receive online payments. We gave our marketplace the ability to dynamically split payments, recurring and subscription payment capabilities, as well as QR and link payments. But most interesting recent development was ability to safely and securely receive international Visa card payments from all around the globe. This is case of Faber, one of the most successful fashion goods marketplaces in the region. We are serving them on local Georgian market, and they are doing some amazing things. They are giving ability to women to generate additional side income, and they're promoting reuse in the second most polluting industry, which is fashion. They're scaling globally, but the problem is it takes 3 to 6 months to integrate with new payment provider one by one per each and every new country. But with Paisy, they can register and integrate in just 2 days, receive their international Visa card payments on their 3rd day, and scale all around the region in all 15 countries in just 2 days. What this means is saved time of more than 1 year. And we know market needs this solution because we launched in January 2021, and in just this time, we are already serving more than 300 merchants and have processed more than 90,000 transactions on the platform that has been fully developed in-house by our team. We're growing 25% month over month. And the achievements speak for themselves. We are first ever startup from Caucasus region to be backed by Y Combinator in their summer 21 batch. Before that, we won 500 Startups Acceleration Program in Georgia, and we have been selected as the regional winners by SeedStars. Our business model is very straightforward. We make money on transaction-based fees, but we have a gamification model, meaning that the more you process on our platform, automatically you pay less fees. And our clients love this because we make money only when they make money. We believe Paisy and Visa partnership is partnership for greater good. We are looking for CyberSource integration for greater fraud management for our merchants. We are looking for VisaNet API for our merchants to scale globally. And most importantly, we are looking for Principal Visa membership to meet our merchants in new markets and lay the rails for their developments. Our grand vision is to build payment rails connecting former Soviet Union and EU to North America, meaning that any startup can scale with us with single integration. We believe the model we are developing in this emerging market can be copied and very successfully developed in such emerging markets as Africa or Latin America. This partnership can enable startups like Faber to seamlessly scale globally and allow SMEs to get paid from anywhere in the globe. Thank you.
Thank you, Georgi. Great job. Now over to our judges. Kim, do you have any questions?
Sure. Thank you so much for the great presentation. I'm wondering if you could share a little more about how you're positioning your product from a marketing perspective to reach 25% month-over-month growth. What's working and what's not?
So first of all, we are positioning ourselves as a premier solution for SMEs and startups, and we are participating in many programs, in small grant programs, in acceleration programs, and the winners and the most promising startups or SMEs get freebies, right? They get up to $20,000 worth of processing for free once they are selected as the winners in this program. So that was one part, and in this just short 8 months, we got a lot of word of mouth because of how easy and seamless our product was. So in developers network, we have become the premier go-to source for payments.
Otto, what questions do you have for Georgi?
Great, thank you. Great presentation, and it does tie very nicely into our goals of enabling small merchants across the region. What would you consider to be your biggest challenge to the vision that you've just described to achieve scale and to build payment rails across these markets?
Otto, thank you very much. Thank you for the question. I think one of the biggest challenges right now is in some sort time, because we want to set up this infrastructure, what we are preaching for so long, as soon as possible. We want to set the, as we call this, payment rails as soon as possible, so that what the vision we are talking about is come to reality as soon as possible for the startups that are working with us and will in future work with us.
Romina, over to you. Do you have questions for Georgi?
Sure. Hi, congrats on your accomplishments. When talking about talent, I was wondering if you can tell us a bit more about your team, how large it is there are any key gaps that you would like to fill?
Hi, Romina, thank you very much. Yes, our team is 18 strong members, young, talented people, and that's like the core of our success. It's 2 co-founders, myself and Kaha, right now, we are in very good position. We are growing together. The team is growing as we go. One area of expertise we are looking for, and this is where Y Combinator is helping us out, and we are looking for this with Visa as well. To get some input is some sort of experienced person in growth, because we are scaling very fast to new markets, and we cover all the bases: technology, business development, sales, product. But one area that we need expertise from outside of the country, let's say, is someone experienced in scaling fintech products globally.
Let's jump over to Alex. Alex, what questions do you have?
Hi, Georgi. Thanks for that presentation. I found your gamification approach to pricing really interesting. I'm just wondering, is it yielding the results that you intended to yield? And can you give an example of that?
Alex, that's a really good question. And the reason for that is that we, in the short 8 months of operations, we already saw several of our merchants actually move up, or in this case, move down the brackets as they go. So because we are targeting startups and up-and-coming tech platforms, e-commerce marketplace platforms, and SMEs, and we enabled international card payments as well. There were companies that started working with us, or like even individuals who actually started at a lower bracket, and because their revenue grew with the opportunities we gave them, they went up to the bracket and lower in the fee area. So yes, that we are seeing the results already.
Great job, wonderful presentation, and thank you so much to our judges. Finally, a warm welcome to our North America winner, Wade Arnold of Move Financial. Move makes it easy for developers to accept, store, and disperse money. Take it away.
Hi everyone, my name is Wade Arnold, and I'm the founder and CEO of Move. Move makes it incredibly easy for developers to accept, store, and disperse money, all from a single platform. We built Move because developers had no easy way to build an elegant and cohesive user experience across these industry silos. Move started as an open source community focused on banking primitives. We attracted thousands of contributors from around the globe. The world's best fintechs, banks, and startups shared knowledge and code. Our 36 open source projects such as ACH, Wire, and ISO 8583 have become the de facto standard for a cloud-native world. We believe the next generation of web applications are predominantly two-sided marketplaces. As a Techstars mentor, I witnessed hundreds of companies that were the next car share of X, food delivery of Y, home rental of Z. All of these sharing platforms require the transfer of value between one actor to another. All of these platforms can't become payment experts to build their product. They just want to move money. Gabe Leiden, co-founder of Machine Zone, the creators of Game of War and Mobile Strike, says, "Video games are the most frictionless business the world has ever seen. Consumers download a game, start playing, and potentially spend money within 120 seconds. And Move enables virtual marketplaces to monetize these user interactions." We agree with Gabe. With Move, our clients can build an in-game economy by giving everyone a wallet. Money coming into the platform is accepted via Move and is stored in our ledger and dispersed through our rails. Users can buy items in the virtual world and pay creators. And creators are instantly notified when a payout is coming their way. These micro moments expedite happiness, giving people control and optionality, putting consumer choice at the forefront where people can decide how they want to get paid. With Visa Direct, users can have fast funds availability in over 170 countries. And because Move has become a money service business and is a registered PayFac, our partners nor their users ever have to talk to a bank. It just works. And because Move tokenizes the card number and is a Visa acquirer, users can select the same card to bring money back into the virtual world for future purchases. Experiences like this are made possible through Move's drop-in component, Move.js, a SDK for capturing sensitive data that is sent directly to Move, making launches possible in days instead of months. Through a direct processing partnership with Visa, Move will empower the product teams building the next metaverse and gaming economies to use Visa Rails and provide their users with seamless experiences like what we just saw. VisaNet enables merchant acquiring and card issuing. Visa Direct speeds up global disbursements, and Visa Crypto allows users to get paid how they want. For product managers, developers, and organizations who want to be customer first, even in the virtual world, Move is the payment solution for you. Developers can onboard their customers with the least information necessary, accept money from any payment source they choose, store the entire transaction balance and history for each user, and disperse money to an issued card, push to debit, or back to their bank. Thank you, and let's move money together.
Thank you, Wade. Now we will head over to our judges. Mary Kay, what questions do you have for Wade?
Wade, great presentation and great big audacious vision for your company for Move. One question that I have is, in order to make all of these creators and the virtual universe not need to be experts on payments, someone has to be experts on payments, and it sounds like that's you. What challenges do you see in scaling when you're playing that expert role for so many different companies and so many different business models?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. So this is my third fintech startup. The last two were pretty successful, so we're trying to go big on this one. But I've been able to get people that have had leadership roles from some of the largest payment processing companies in the world come join my executive team. And so we definitely are payment experts, from Fedline to ISO 20022 to ISO 8583. And that's really been kind of the goal of Move, was to just make it easy for developers to move money. Once they've seen something like Cash App or Venmo, they say, I want that, but I want it inside of my application. And we want to enable those developers to have that great experience.
Excellent. Kim, what questions do you have for Wade?
Are there other segments you've thought about adjusting Move to serve, and what have they been, and what kind of adjustments would have to be made?
Yeah, so the gaming industry is just one of the places that we focus. In the North American presentation, I showed how we're making it possible for politicians that are running for office to accept money stored value and disperse the funds into who they're paying. And so for those type of customers, they're the value add that's built on top of Move. So the game is the value add built on top of Move. The political donation platforms is the value add built on top of Move, all the way to the doggy daycare as a service. In every single one of those cases, it's not an individual business that's being underwritten and connecting to a customer. It's two individual actors on a platform that have their own risk profile in order for them to exchange value between one another.
Excellent. And Alex, what questions do you have?
Hey, thanks. That was a great presentation. Super interesting company, super interesting market. One of the things that struck me is that it's such a great market, but it feels like a very risky one. So can you talk to me about how you've organized to essentially open up the market by dealing with something that would be inherently seem very risky to traditional bankers?
So we know the tech is solid, but the fin side is really risk into underwriting. And so we've gone out and we've attracted people from PayPal, Western Union, WePay to build our entire risk management practice, which is really important for onboarding customers and taking care of these transactions. The unique aspect of Move is we do settlement every single possible time we can. And so you can accept money and 1 hour later disperse it, which is something super unique about what we offer to the marketplace.
Jorge, do you have any questions for Wade?
Sure. Thanks, Nisha. Great solutions, Wade. So how do you convince a developer to go to your platform and pay fees versus using Zelle or Venmo or whatever PayPal solutions they can use for free?
Yeah, so our partnerships are typically with the software development company, so the vertical SaaS company. So that's the brewery as a service, doggy daycare as a service, political donations as a service. It actually exists. And so we're working with them, and their motivation is to make that payment experience seamless with the least amount of friction. So they're embedding it inside of there.
Great presentation, Wade. And judges, thank you so much for your great questions. Please take a moment to submit your scores. Thank you, startups, for those great pitches. Now, audience members, check out the link on your screen to vote for your favorite startup. The startup with the most votes will win $25,000. You have 2 minutes to vote. And stay tuned to hear from Visa's SVP Global Head of FinTech, Terry Angelos. Before we announce the winners, I'd like to welcome Terry Angelos, SVP Global Head of FinTech at Visa. Terry, over to you for a few words to our finalists.
Thank you, Nisha. Wow, what an incredible year. The Visa Everywhere initiative received over 2,000 startup applications from around the world. And this just continues the momentum that we're seeing globally. Last year there was $105 billion invested in the fintech category. And as a payment network, we rely on this incredibly vibrant startup community to do the hard work of creating new payment flows and expanding access to new types of customers. During COVID, we saw a record number of consumers and businesses activate cards for the first time. And we know that that hard work is done by our fintech clients and not necessarily the network. I also want to take a moment to congratulate one of our 2019 finalists, Rails Bank. They recently announced a $70 million raise to build out their fintech as a service platform and expand internationally. Well done, and we're very excited to be a small part of this ride. To our 2021 finalists, you made the judges' job difficult. Fiscal, PearlPay, Fenerio Connect, Paisy, and Move. I'm incredibly excited about what you're building and look forward to working with you. Congratulations and best of luck. Back to you, Nisha.
Thanks, Terry. So now I'd like to welcome back our 5 global finalists and one of our amazing judges, Kim Cadleck, Visa's SVP of Global Marketing Solutions and Customer Marketing. Good to see you all back on here. We're lucky to have our very special guest join us for this part of the program. So I'd like to give a very warm welcome to Jack Forstall, Executive VP and Chief Product Officer at Visa. Jack's team oversees every experience customers have when they use Visa. So quite the guy to have with us today. With so many prizes today, Kim and Jack will announce the winners. Kim, over to you to announce the 3rd place winner.
Thank you, Nisha. Just to give a little context, this is the 7th year that we have run this program. There's been over 8,500 startups that have participated from 100 countries. I must say, though, that this group today was one of our most impressive ever, and it made it very difficult on the judges to make their decisions. But indeed we did. So I'd like to start by announcing our 3rd place winner, which will get $10,000 in prize money. And the winner is, drumroll please, Spark Pereiras of PearlPay, which was our finalist from Asia Pacific. Congratulations.
How are you feeling there, Spark?
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Para sa bayan, this one is for the Philippines. And on behalf of the entire PearlPay team, we will be relentless in our pursuit to make financial services universally accessible. Thank you for this opportunity, Visa.
Thank you so much, Spark. All right, well, now over to you, Jack, to announce the 2nd place winner.
Yeah, thanks, Nisha. Hey, I'm excited to be here with all of you. I'm humbled, actually, to be here with all these fantastic startups and this great entrepreneurial talent. And I am really excited to announce a couple of our awards. So without further ado, I can let you know that our judge decided that our 2nd place winner, receiving $15,000, is a startup with huge opportunities ahead in a very fast-growing region. Nick Grassi of Fenerio Connect, representing Latin America and the Caribbean.
Congratulations,
Thank you, guys.
Nick. How are you feeling?
Thank you. I'm excited. Thank you guys so much. It was really, truly an honor to compete this year against so many talented companies doing some incredible work around the world. It's truly an honor to represent Latin America. And just like Spark said, I mean, I think we're also dedicated to working very, very hard to make a difference in the region and to enabling financial inclusion around the world. And I want to thank Visa for the whole opportunity, all the opportunities that they've given us. And yeah, just want to thank everyone on the team and also my parents. So thanks for all the support.
Nick, what's one way you're gonna be celebrating?
I might get out a bottle of mezcal. Do it Mexican style. So.
A very regionally appropriate celebration. All right, well, thank you, Nick. And before we go to announcing our global overall winner, you, the audience, has a say as well. So thank you to everyone who put your votes in. The audience favorite is going to win $25,000 in prize money. So we're very excited about this. Kim, over to you for the audience favorite.
Yeah, this is a super important award, and I'm sure everyone who cast a vote had a lot of difficulty choosing between all the incredible, impressive contenders. So a big thank you to everyone who has participated. So the startup with the most votes and $25,000 in prize money is Wade from Move Financial.
Congratulations, Wade. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling wonderful. That's just exciting that many people took some time out of the day in order to click on a button for us. So thank you so much for the honor.
Being an audience favorite is definitely an achievement. What do you have, lined up in the next couple of months in terms of, any big announcements that might be coming out?
Well, this is a pretty big day for us. So I'm going to be excited about this, but we continue to work very closely with the Visa team in order to build out the future of money movement.
Excellent. All right. Well, with that, now we'll go to the moment you've all been waiting for, which is the global overall winner announcement. This startup is going to receive $50,000 in prize money. So that's quite a bit. Jack, over to you to announce the judge's decision.
Yeah, thanks again, Nisha. Hey, look, Kim mentioned this already, but we've been running this competition since 2015. And I just want to say how incredibly impressed I am, and we all are, by the continuing stretch in quality that we've seen from all of our contenders through the course of the last 7 years. This is definitely the best crop of businesses, entrepreneurs, and ideas we've ever seen. And I think it speaks a ton to the strength and the vital role of fintech entrepreneurship and innovation around the world. And before I get to the punchline, I do want to thank all 2,000 plus of the startups that submitted their applications this year. I want to thank our judges. I want to thank our esteemed clients. We deeply appreciate all of your help and all of your perspectives and your participation. So here it is. After excruciating consideration, our judges have decided that the global overall winner of the Visa Everywhere Initiative 2021 edition goes to Wade Arnold of Move Financial, doubling up with the audience favorite.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Congrats, Wade. You're doubling up here. How are you feeling?
Well, this is pretty good 12 months into a startup. So I'm happy about where we're at. And we truly couldn't be more humbled with our true partnership with Visa. The program has opened doors that I think a year-old company never could have been able to access the level of executives, talent, and support from Visa. So thank you for having this venue so that we could actually build something that we've been dreaming out for the last decade.
What would you say to a company that's a little bit nervous about applying to the program but might want to in the future?
Well, I'd say they should be nervous because the competition's fierce. I had no clue how much work this would be, but it really honed in our message, really honed in our partnership. And so, a lot of work creates great results. So thank you for allowing us to be a part of it. And I would encourage it to any startup to participate in it next year.
Wonderful. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you to all of the finalists and to all of our judges. Thanks, Wade, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
And a big thank you to our judges and finalists. And a very big congratulations to all of our winners. And finally, thank you to you, our amazing audience, for being a part of the Visa Everywhere Initiative 2021 Global Edition. Learn more about the program and how to partner with Visa at visa.com/everywhereinitiative. I'm your host, Nisha Tambe. Have a great day and stay safe.